Rachel Nichols, who has been a long-time reporter for ESPN, a long-time analyst as well for the NBA Finals. She's been covering the finals for the past, I believe, 15, 20 years. She has been benched from that coverage. So let's talk about it. ESPN benched reporter Rachel Nichols from covering the NBA Finals from the sideline after a recording surfaced of her making disparaging comments about her colleague Maria Taylor. And for those of you who don't know, Maria Taylor is the host of the NBA Countdown. She does a lot of other stuff for ESPN, but she's her main thing is the NBA coverage that she does. And she does a good job of it, by the way. In a leaked audio clip, Nichols, who is white, reportedly criticized ESPN last year for choosing Taylor, who is black, to report on the sidelines of the NBA Finals over her. So Rachel Nichols is upset about the fact that she wasn't able to get the job of reporting from the sidelines of the finals, and Maria Taylor was. Let's go on to say, the quote from Nichols was, "If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity," which, by the way, I myself know personally, go for it. Just find it somewhere else, she said in this leak recording. So there's a lot to break down there. It's also worth to note that Nichols, since this came out, did apologize on the jump. She said, quote, "I also don't want to let this moment pass without saying how deeply, deeply sorry I am for disappointing those I hurt, particularly Maria Taylor." She went on to apologize to Maria Taylor. So this was a huge story this week. This was a huge story, and for good reasons, because it speaks to something that I think happens, or at least people think in our society, but they don't say out loud. And here's the thing. There's a lot of bad in this, especially for Rachel Nichols. The only thing that came out of this that was even somewhat productive was the fact that the quiet part was said out loud. Rachel Nichols basically in the leaked audio said that Maria Taylor and her placement in the coverage of the NBA Finals was a diversity hire or a diversity placement, or she was a token person there because she's black. Those were the sentiments. It's very easy to see. And to that, I want to say it's something that I think we need to talk about, because this happens a lot. Anyone who has had a conversation with anything about this topic knows what I'm talking about. It happens a lot. There are people who will use someone's race to delegitimize their accomplishments. There are people who will come out and say, like Rachel Nichols did here, they will say that she's only there because she's black. He's only there because he's brown, or whatever. Completely discrediting the work that people like Maria Taylor have done. Completely ignoring the work that they've put in, the hours, the training, the practice, the mental fatigue that they've put in. This happens all the time. You can say it about brown people, black people, women. You can say it about people in the LGBT community. People try to delegitimize them all the time. And what the thing is, her comments spoke to that. Her comments spoke to that reality that we all know exists, but no one wants to talk about. That being said, of course her comments were horrible. Of course they were terrible. And she deserves this punishment for it. And the punishment she got was, instead of Nichols, Malika Andrews will be on the sideline for the NBA Finals. Rachel Nichols is still going to host a jump and what have you, but there's going to be probably some shifting around going on in ESPN over the next few months, I believe, especially concerning Rachel Nichols. It's already been confirmed that Maria Taylor does not want to work with Rachel Nichols, at least for now, at all. So they're going to be kept apart for the next while. Could be forever. Who knows? So the thing is, Rachel Nichols' comments, they spoke to something that I believe we need to have a larger discussion about as a society. And as far as should she be fired, there's a lot of people who are saying that Rachel Nichols should be fired. To that, I will say, I don't believe so. And look, again, I want to make clear that what she said was terrible and reprehensible and indefensible. We can make all the excuses you want. You can't really defend that type of speaking, because again, it's all, and it's also all like, here's the thing, it's all rooted out, it's all disproven by the fact that Maria Taylor is really good at her job, like really freaking good, everyone, really good. So again, she's not a diversity hire. She's there because she belongs there. She's there because she deserved it, because she worked for it, and she's good at it. Again, back to Nichols and should she be fired? I personally don't think so. And the reason for that is I believe that we also, while having these constructive conversations, need to talk more about not rehabilitation, but coming to an understanding and having other people come to an understanding and understand the different things at work when you're speaking, especially when you're speaking about something as sensitive as race. So I think that, Rachel Nichols needs to make some steps. She's got to do something to really learn about why what she did was wrong. She needs to take some steps to really learn what that meant, what those comments meant to Maria Taylor. And look, I'm not one to forgive, and I can't forgive. Like that's not up to me. The only person that can forgive Rachel Nichols at this point would be Maria Taylor, because she was the one who was personally affected by those comments. So again, it's a tough issue. They did the right thing, did ESPN. They did the right thing by taking her off the coverage, because not only was it bad optics, it was also just unfair. It would be unfair to Maria Taylor to have her on the coverage and have Maria Taylor giving the sign to Rachel Nichols. So another thing worth to note, Maria Taylor did tweet out something. This is the first tweet she sent out since this whole thing happened. She says, "During dark times, I always remember that I am in this position to open doors and light the path that others walk down. I've taken some punches, but that just means I'm still in the fight. Remember to lift as you climb and always keep rising." And she has some photos of her through the years at her job at ESPN, and she's right. She's 100% right. Maria Taylor will rise above all of this. Hopefully, everyone involved in this can move on. That's all you can hope for when something like this happens. And learn. That's the other big thing. People have to learn. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.